A driver is run off the road, then robbed. The stunning video of a seemingly coordinated highway heist in the middle of the day. But first, the massive manhunt for the shooter in a deadly rampage in Maine. At least 18 people were killed at a bowling alley and at a bar. What we know about the suspected gunman. You're watching The Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Winston. Police have named 40-year-old Robert Card as the suspect in the terrible mass shootings. Law enforcement say at least 18 people were killed in 2 mass shootings at a bowling alley and at a bar in Lewiston. 13 others were injured. Police say 911 calls started coming in from the bowling alley just before 7 o'clock Wednesday night. And then just 12 minutes later, authorities got 911 calls about an active shooter from the bar. The governor of Maine announced that all flags will be lowered to half staff in honor of the lives taken for the next 5 days. The driver, who was initially detained after a deadly crash in Malibu, has been rearrested. He's accused of speeding right along PCH and killing 4 Pepperdine students.
I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victims' families. Do you understand and agree to that?
22-year-old Fraser Boehm appeared in a Van Nuys courtroom Wednesday. He pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter and 4 counts of murder. Prosecutors say Boehm's BMW recorded him driving 104 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone just seconds before the crash. As the case against the driver continues, the victims' families continue to mourn their loved ones.
It's been horrible. Nothing prepares you for this. Well, I say you must have some pretty strong evidence if you're going to go for such a serious charge.
Boehm's attorney claims that Boehm was a victim of a road rage incident which started the chain reaction leading to the deadly crash. He remains in jail with his bail set at $4 million. In Mexico, the hit from Hurricane Otis left a lot of damage in Acapulco. The powerful and dangerous Category 5 hurricane is the strongest hurricane to hit Mexico's Pacific coast. At least 27 people were killed. Communication is down. Hundreds of thousands of people don't even have power. The main airport is closed. Many roads are blocked, leaving much of Acapulco inaccessible. All right, back here in Southern California, it's feeling very much like fall. Meteorologist Belinda De Leon is helping you get ready as you start to make those weekend plans.
Hi, everyone. Well, we had some unsettled weather there for a minute, but now we're drying things out and the sunshine's returning. That cool weather's going to last through the weekend. That means highs in the 70s, low 60s, still feeling like fall. But I'm tracking some changes. Sunday through early next week, we have Santa Ana winds return, and that's going to cause the temperatures to warm. So here's what I've got for you. The setup, the system in the Pacific Northwest that brought us that cool weather, that's going to move out of the picture. But another one will take its place at the beginning of the weekend. That's the reason why the temperatures are going to stay cool all the way into the weekend. Now, here we have this area of high pressure that's going to start to develop Sunday through early next week. This is going to cause the weather to dry out, to warm up, and for the Santa Ana winds to kick in. So you're going to feel them Sunday through the beginning of next week, and look what it does to the temperatures. The trend in West Covina, 70s through Sunday, but those offshore winds are going to warm the temperatures up to the 80s next week.
Since the start of the Israel-Hamas war, LA Unified has received an increase in harassment and bullying reports at Southern California schools. NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez reports on the concerns coming from Arabic, Muslim, and Jewish students and what school officials are doing.
As the Israel-Hamas war wages on, some LAUSD parents of Muslim students and those of Palestinian descent say their children have become targets of harassment and bullying.
He's come home every day with major anxiety, telling me about incidents that he has experienced at the school.
At this week's LAUSD board meeting, the parents referred to the district's initial statement condemning the Hamas terror attack on Israel, but they say it should have also condemned Islamophobia.
And our children are scared to speak out any pro-Palestinian stances at their school, as LAUSD made clear its stance when Superintendent Carvalho made his one-sided political statement to all families that LAUSD stands with Israel.
LAUSD confirms there has been a small uptick in harassment claims among both Muslim and Jewish students. School board president Jackie Goldberg called on the district to release a new statement, one condemning hatred on all sides.
Members or staff, I think that needs to go out immediately because people are not hearing that message from us. And it should come from the superintendent, in my opinion, and it should go out ASAP.
Sure enough, LAUSD Superintendent Alberto Carvalho released a statement Tuesday that reads in part, whether it be a shared background, ancestry, culture, identity, or religion, many of our students are deeply affected by the devastation they see unfolding around them, and it is our responsibility to provide the guidance and support they need to continue to find peace and stability during difficult times. We caught up with the superintendent today.
So I want to be very clear. The death, the killing, on any side, whether we're talking about the injury to the Armenian community as a result of what's taken place, the terrible terrorist attack perpetrated in Israel, or now the abuses and the maiming of innocent civilians in Gaza, is unacceptable.
Speaking to students in East LA this morning, Carvalho told NBC4 he believes all students should feel safe in school to speak their mind.
We cannot allow hatred to be responded to with hatred, or violence to be responded to with violence.
Jonathan Gonzalez, NBC4 News.
The city of LA could soon end the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for all current and future city employees. 6 council members are behind the proposal. They say ending the vaccine mandate will align the city of LA with federal and county vaccination directives. Mayor Karen Bass is also supporting the motion. City documents show the pandemic-era policy resulted in an over 80% vaccination rate among full-time city employees. A stunning crime taking place on a Southern California freeway, and it's all captured on video. You have to see this. The CHP says 4 masked people intentionally caused a crash, then robbed a driver. This happened Tuesday afternoon just before 1:30 on the 10 near the Arlington exit. 4 people in gray hoodies run from a damaged minivan toward a wrecked Alfa Romeo right there on the shoulder. Then they ransack the car while the driver has both hands in the air and then just take off in a waiting white Chevrolet.
I seen the cars go by me and I heard the crash. I seen it in front of me, and I was more concerned for the victim. I mean, because I seen him on the ground. I thought maybe he got hurt in the accident. That was my full intention, to see what was going on, see if I can, be of help to them.
If you have any information about this crime or maybe a similar one, contact CHP. With prices so high, you would think that Halloween would drop right off the priority list for most people, but you'd be wrong. NBC4's Gordon Tokomatsu looks at how much we're spending this year, and the numbers are scary in a good way.
I'll say maybe like 100.
Yeah, like 150.
Linda Pena and Annie Escandon's budgets are right around the national average, $108, according to retail watchers. But they told us they're attending not 1, but maybe 2 or maybe more events this weekend. So they're doubling up on costumes.
I'm at 135 plus.
You're already over budget?
I'm already over budget.
I'm under budget. This will run you about 30 smackaroos.
Inflation is still taking a lot of those smackaroos out of our pockets these days, with everything from gas prices to groceries much higher than we're used to. But when it comes to Halloween,
I got my ears. $7.
We're still willing to pull out all the stops, it seems. Music to the ears of retailers like Wanda Swallow, whose play clothes store on Magnolia Boulevard is packing them in right now.
And the general public is just crazy about Halloween this year.
Wanda says even actors who've been on strike for months and writers who only recently got back to a regular paycheck are not skipping the skeletons. Many of them are her regular customers.
They're just like, I don't care. I'm just going to go out and get a costume and have fun tonight.
We found Jess Gomes and Luz Figueroa happily on the prowl for their Big Bad Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood costumes.
Yeah, it's really more about like staying in budget.
Prices still super high. They told us they didn't want to make the same mistake they made last year. Stroll into a shop without a plan, snag a costume on the fly.
Everything was charging like $60 at the door, and we were like, heck no. Yeah.
But does that put Halloween out of their reach? Not in the least. The National Retail Federation says Americans will spend about $12.2 billion this year on everything from costumes to decorations to candy, up nearly $2 billion from last year. Turns out 73% of us are going to be doing something Halloween-y this year, taking part in what is rapidly becoming a national obsession. In Burbank, Gordon Tokumatsu, NBC4 News.
I can't wait to see all the costumes. Are you up for a mystery at the movies? Well, starting next month, you can actually visit select AMC theaters for its Screen Unseen event. Customers will have a chance to watch a never-before-seen movie that is only unveiled at showtime. Each movie will be PG-13 and cost you about $5. The first showing begins November 6th. Write that down. If you share your thoughts on X, you could actually win a Film Fanatic prize pack. The program is similar to Regal Cinema's Monday Mystery Movie event. Well, that's something fun for you to do. All right, we want to give a big thank you to everybody who came out to support our coffee event, our free coffee event. We had so much fun. So many of you came to hang with us at our sister station, Telemundo 52, at Ortu Cafe in the city of Glendale. We love getting to meet you, our viewers, and we're so proud to support a longtime family-owned cafe.
We've been here for 20 years, so come on down. We're on Artsakh Boulevard in Glendale. Like Adrian said, the Jewel City, so you can't go wrong. Come by, we got breakfast all day, coffee, lunch, and yeah, good vibes, good times.
Good vibes and good times, that's right. We want to extend a big thank you to the owner, Yura Gazalian, and his entire staff for everything. Mom as well, his mom was there. Her name is Laura. She was making pigs in a blanket. Our hearts and our coffee mugs are full. We hope to see you all at our next coffee event. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays, 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.